one.
Jeffrey Lurie's over here trying to mortgage our value of minority stake to get mortgage. And Jerry's still trying to figure out whether or not he's going to pay Dak, Micah, and CeeDee Lamb, three of his top four best players.
I want you to rank, not obviously from their ability, but their importance to the Cowboys in terms of who you would sign first and go down the list. Obviously, they can't sign them all, but if you had to look at the list, hit me with your number one priority one in the Dallas Cowboys player ranking. Who are you signing if you're Jerry?
Can I hit you with a hot take?
Yeah.
Jerry's going to find a way to sign them all. But he's going to find a way. He waits, but he's going to find a way.
He's notorious for waiting.
All right, let me just go ahead and just say the number one most important player, and I'll make a hot take. I think by the end of his career, I think he has one of the potential to be one of the most game-altering defensive players since that of Ray Lewis. It's Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is the most important player to what they do. He's a defensive guy that at some point he's so big, fast, and strong. You think that you might could put him outside a corner and he could probably jam some guys up and hold his own. Not talking about Tyreek Hill here, but I'm just saying in a vacuum, this guy's that freaking talented. Yeah. So obviously he's an edge rusher. He's not an outside corner. He's not a safety, but he provides everything and more that you could want in a modern day pass rusher.
Great.
He's freaky, he's twitchy. He's got enough speed to cover the flats. It's just he could be a hook defender, whatever you want him to be. He could be an inside linebacker if you really want him to. I just think it cannot be spoken enough as an Eagle fan and an Eagle, I consider myself one of the more educated fans. How insanely good at football Micah Parsons is. The dude is an absolute freak. And Jerry Jones is good at drafting. So we also drafted a guy by the name of CeeDee Lamb, who is also kind of not appreciated enough in the world of Philadelphia sports. But this kid is a stud. The way we appreciate Devontae Smith is the way people should appreciate CeeDee Lamb as far as route running, hands go. I mean, fluidity, step for step. The dude is just – he lines up in the slot. I don't give a fuck. The guy gets open, catches the football, scores touchdowns. I mean, production is production, okay? Yes. The math is with this kid. He's a very, very, very good football player. Now, after here is where we could start talking about value of the team, because I think those two are so important into what the Cowboys do that they should not be overlooked. Now, they are paying Zach Martin $15.5 million. Now, Zach Martin's still, in my opinion, a premier interior offensive lineman. Dak Prescott's getting 55 right now. We're just talking about hard salary cap numbers. We're not going to get into the nitty gritty. Okay.
Yeah.
But I would put those two as my other two names. I would put Zach Martin and I'd put Dak Prescott as my top four most important Cowboys as where they stand today. Now, the name that's on my borderline right there is Trayvon Diggs. That's the guy that I think is I just think he needs to come back from injury and kind of do what he usually does. I'm not doubting the player at all. I just want to see him come back and, kind of put an asterisk by his name and kind of allow myself to put Zach Martin or Dak there. But I don't know how you feel about these Cowboys, but a lot of people are bashing on them for their offseason and being quiet. I'm still not overlooking them.
Oh, no. I mean, the offseason obviously was quiet because of where they are from a cap perspective. But they still have a loaded roster, and I agree with almost with everything you kind of said here. But I do disagree on your ranking of how you have them, and it's because I look at it where the league's going, and the league is going just because the reason why CeeDee Lamb isn't there is Justin Jefferson just got paid. And these receivers are resetting the market, every single time somebody gets up and gets paid. And CD is ranked fifth in the most yards since 2020. And I would argue that CD Lamb is just as important to the Cowboys as Justin Jefferson's is to the Vikings. I think he's that at the level of special, and I think he has that. He's not CD Lamb. He's not going. I mean, I'm sorry. He's not Justin Jefferson. He's not going to get Justin Jefferson money. But what he means to the Cowboys is, is a Justin Jefferson esque important. So I have it switched, and I'm a big Parsons fan. I would love Parsons and Green. I know he's not going to be Green. He'll go to Pittsburgh. Yeah, it'll never happen. He'll go to Pittsburgh before he, anywhere. From what I know, his second stop would be Pittsburgh if they can make it work. Could you imagine T.J. Watt and Michael Parsons on the same guy team? Jesus Christ, that'd be ridiculous.
That's just nightmares, man. That's
just ridiculous. That's like remember the Titans, like strong side, right? Left side, like that's
left side. Strong side. Left side. Strong side.
It's sick to have those two type of players on that team.
I really want people to understand how good he is at football. Like people, they see
Hey, we're not going to do too much. Cowboys,
no, dude, I'm telling you, Nate, he's freakish.
I know.
He's freakish.
I know who he is. Yeah, I know who he is.
CD Lamb is really good at football, but he's not Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I'll link it in.
Parsons is that position.
I'll link it in the comments below. I actually had a fun conversation. I interviewed his dad, Big Pars.
That's awesome.
How long ago was that? That was I forget how long ago that was. Wasn't too long ago though. Sometime last year I interviewed his pop, Big Pars, and we took a tour of Harrisburg, saw all the trophies, everything. He was actually supposed to come for their homecoming. I think something kind of happened. He was actually supposed to be getting to the Hall of Fame, but something kind of happened where it didn't work out. But I still got to interview his dad. We went back and forth, and he specifically told me. As you know, you guys watch the video, and then you'll see what he specifically told me about why Parsons will never be a Philadelphia Eagle. I'd never be a Philadelphia Eagle. But it was a cool interview.
Micah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. But I would rank CD Lamb 1 for me, and we talked about CD Lamb. Parsons is 2, a strong, probably 1B again, where you could argue he was 1. And then I got Zach Martin is 3. I think the record is kind of Lane Johnson-esque when he plays, right?
Yeah,
their record, winning record. It's like 30 and like 8 or something like that, or when he starts a game, or probably more than that because he's been a vet. And then I got Dak, leading up the pack at 4. I think Dak is replaceable. I think he gets a bad rap, but they don't win playoff.
Sadly, he's a pretty damn accurate quarterback.
Yeah, but they don't win playoff games, so
no,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can win divisions, you can win regular season games, but you make your money in the playoffs, and they don't win in the playoffs. I forget what the number is. They haven't had a win in 20 years or something crazy like that.
I think they won one, but they haven't. All I know is they haven't won a Super Bowl since I was born. And
that feels so good to hear.
1996. So that was when I came onto this earth. I put a permanent stop to the Dallas Cowboys.
Keep doing it, bro.
Reign of terror. It was over.
Keep doing it. And with the way this thing is going, what is looking, if they can't somehow he can't, Jerry can't pull up.
God
rabbit on his ass for this one.
Jeffrey Lurie's over here trying to mortgage our value of minority state to get more money. And Jerry's still trying to figure out whether or not he's going to pay Dak, Micah, and CeeDee Lamb, 3 of his top 4 best players.
Yeah. That is funny.